with her darling husband Tim.
Welcome to the second of 3 training videos. Thank you for being interested in teaching a child to read. We are Tim and Gail Brosnahan. We live in Salt Lake City, Utah. We are the parents of 10 children. I have had a valid Utah teaching license since I was 21 years old, taking classes in education at Brigham Young University, University of California at Northridge, and the University of Utah for the last 57 years. I spent most of my career teaching 3rd grade. My passion for teaching made me determine that every child would leave my classroom reading. After retiring, my husband and I spent years tutoring children in reading. These experiences have led us to develop these reading programs that we are sharing with you. There are 3 training videos that we are offering. The first one is on teaching first-time readers. This second training video is on teaching a child to read who reads below grade level. The third training video is on how to improve a child's reading fluency and comprehension.
Since retiring from my profession, I am a substitute teacher in our local high schools in German and mathematics. I also have been tutoring children in reading with Gail since her retirement as an elementary school teacher. While substituting, I've had many occasions to use the reading skills that you are about to be taught with high school students with tremendous success. We belong to My Hometown Initiative, a local organization that we are very proud of. They serve our community with organized service days and a community resource center that offers free classes in ESL, English lessons, finance, reading, and piano lessons. Our responsibility is to teach adults how to teach children to read. Accompanying this PowerPoint presentation is a pamphlet and other computer-generated materials that detail everything in this presentation. These materials are available to you at no cost by going to our website, teachingstrategiesthatwork.com.
We are invested in the science of reading as those that are responsible for the adopted reading programs in our school districts. We do not question the importance of a thorough knowledge of how letters are put together to form sounds. We do not question that phonics is a critical component of learning to read. Our experiences have taught us that it is not what should be taught, but in what order they are taught. Before we begin this presentation, I want to share a philosophy of education that I feel strongly about, and so does all the scientific research confirm. Children are more motivated to learn if they are interested in what is being taught. Children are more motivated to learn if they have success in what they are being taught. Children are more motivated to learn if they understand how what they are learning benefits them.
Tutoring a child who is reading below grade level. Facts that must be understood about a child that you are teaching to read. 1. You must assess the non-frustration reading level of the child. If the child needs help with more than 3 words in a paragraph, the text is too difficult for the child. 2. A child is more motivated to read something that is of interest. Reading choice is extremely important. 3. A child must be taught decoding skills to improve reading ability. 4. Reading and writing are reciprocal, so always write a summary of what was read. One written paragraph, which is read out loud, will improve fluency and comprehension. 5. A 1-hour reading experience assures consideration for a child's attention span and the ability to teach the necessary reading strategies.
Start with getting acquainted with the child and determine the child's interests, such as sports, science, art, etc. Set the dates and times of each tutorial session. Make sure that the homeroom teacher and parent agree. We have found that 2 consecutive days each week is most successful in helping a child to improve reading ability.
Communicate expectations. The child must be on time. The child must stay focused during the tutorial session. This is when we have always set up an incentive program with the child. We found that intrinsic motivation is not enough. Extrinsic awards can be as simple as the ability to earn a sticker that then can be traded in for a reward, and that's quite adequate. Know your student and devise a plan that keeps the child's focus during those times that the student becomes distracted.
Assess the child's non-frustration reading level. You must assess the non-frustration reading level of a child. A. Ask the child's classroom teacher what reading level the child is reading on. B. Provide several non-fiction books on different reading levels to ensure the child is on the correct level. C. Have the child read a paragraph and stop the reading if the child needs help with more than 3 words in a paragraph. D. It is better to have a child read a lower level book than to have a child struggle to read. Success breeds success.
Prepare for a 1-hour tutorial session. Outline or at the library, check out nonfiction books that are of interest to the child and are on the child's non-frustration reading level. Select a reading portion in the book that the child expressed interest in learning. Peruse the reading portion and identify words that the child might not know how to decode or their meaning. Prepare a paper with those selected words along with questions the child will check to see if the required summary was written correctly. Buy a wide-ruled one-subject notebook for the required summary. Buy a folder to collect the child's weekly filled-out writing assignments. Buy number 2 pencils with an eraser.
Division of time for a 1-hour tutorial session. 1. Teach a decoding skill. 2. Have the child review the challenging words and the definition of each. 3. Have the child read the selected text to you. 4. Have the child write a summary of the text. 5. Edit the summary with the child. 6. Have the child stand and read the summary. 7. Have the child select the text for the next tutorial session. 1. Teach 1 decoding skill each tutorial session, 15 minutes. Teach prefix, root, and suffix. Example, rebounding. Re is the prefix, bound is the root, and ing is the suffix. Teach compound words. Example, classroom is made up of two words, class and room. Letter blends. When letters are put together, they make a particular sound. For example, S-I-O-N says shun. Diphthong and digraph. diphthong as the vowel combination sound of ow in out and of oi in boy. The first vowel sound moves towards the position of the second vowel sound. Digraph. A group of two successive letters whose phonetic value is a single sound, as in cha, in chin. Teach syllabication rules using the acronym CLOVER. Cite the vowel in a word. See the consonants that surround the vowel, and apply the rule that is applicable. These are the first rules that should be taught and will provide the student with the ability to decode a word faster than any other future instructions on how clusters of letters are put together to form sounds that make up words. This is how words are divided into syllables. Start with instructing the child that letters are either vowels or consonants. There are rules that determine how to pronounce those clusters of letters. These rules are explained in the pamphlet. Let's take a second look at the rules. C in the word clover plus S. C stands for closed vowel. When the vowel is closed by consonants on both sides, consonant, vowel, consonant, the vowel doesn't say its name, but is a short vowel. Example, constant, constant. L in the word clover plus S. L stands for LE at the end of a word. The consonant before the LE is attached to the LE to make the sound as in apple. The P is brought over to the LE to make the sound pull. Examples, apple and table. O in the word clover plus S. O stands for open vowel, consonant, vowel. When the vowel is open, the vowel follows the consonant but doesn't have a connecting consonant after it. The vowel says its name. It is known as a long vowel. The vowel A says A. The vowel I says I, etc. Example, depend. V in the word clover plus S. V stands for vowel team or double vowel. Vowel, vowel. When two vowels are together, the first vowel says its name and the second vowel is silent. Example, read. E in the word clover plus S. E stands for silent or magic E. The vowel says its name and the E is silent. Example, cake. A says its name, E is silent. Or time. I says its name, E is silent. R in the word clover plus S. R stands for bossy R. The R controls the vowel sound as in R, etc. Examples, part, R, or person, Plus S in the word clover plus S. Plus S stands for when two consonants are together, and they are not a blend or a digraph, which must stay together. They are separated. Examples, little, or untie. These rules help a person know how to separate the different clusters of letters in a word, which we call syllables. Words are made up of syllables. The acronym CLOVER plus S. How to teach it. Teach one rule at a time. Do not move to the next rule until the child adequately repeats the rule. Go slowly through the rules to assure understanding. We have a computer-generated list of examples for each rule. This list is on the link available to you. After all the rules are understood, provide a list of practice words that allow the child to practice decoding. This list is available in the links.
High-frequency words. 200 words that are used most. Studying 10 of these words a day will increase the student's ability to read. 2. Have the child review the challenging words for meaning and pronunciation. Use this list of words found at the top of this pre-prepared form to help determine which words the child should practice before reading the text. This practice will ensure a successful reading experience. An empty form for you to fill in prior to the teaching session is available at the end of this session by clicking the link.
3. Have the child read a pre-selected text to you, 10 minutes. Motivation is increased when a child is interested in the subject that is being taught. 4. Have the child write a one-paragraph summary about what was read, 15 minutes. Have the child read out loud to you the selected text and write a paragraph summary. Use the provided form to check the written paragraph. Provide a wide rule notebook for the child to write a summary. Teach the child that a paragraph consists of a topic sentence with at least 3 supportive sentences. The first sentence is indented. All sentences must be punctuated properly.
A sample paragraph. The sun's energy comes from gases. Gases are released in the forms of flares and prominences. A solar flare can be seen ejecting from the sun's surface into the sun's atmosphere. A solar prominence forms an arch on the sun's surface due to the sun's magnetic field. Note the 3 supporting sentences support the topic or the first sentence. Have the child independently check. I wrote a topic sentence and indented the first sentence of my paragraph. I started each sentence with a capital letter and ended the sentence with correct pronunciation. I made good paragraphs by supporting each topic sentence with 3 or more supportive sentences. I made sure all words were correctly spelled. I used correct punctuation in each sentence. I formed each letter correctly and saw that they were uniform in size and written on the line.
Five, together with the child, edit the paragraph, 5 minutes. 6, have the child stand and read the paragraph out loud, 5 minutes. Teach the child to stand with feet slightly apart, knees bent, and the paper held just below mouth.
When the child completes the presentation, make sure that you applaud. Before the next tutoring session, number 7, Have the child select a topic in a book that the child wants to read. That's 5 minutes. 10 minutes reading time requires that a selection is limited to about 3 or 4 pages of print. Experience the joy that comes when a child exhibits confidence, reads with comprehension, and enjoys reading.
We want to thank you for joining us on this training video. Remember, we can be reached by emailing us at gbrosnahan@comcast.net. Please join us on our third training video, How to Improve a Child's Reading Fluency and Comprehension.